Hey guys, it's Christina, and I am in my bathroom and going to be doing something not so different for me. If anyone knows me, I used to cut and color my hair all the time, not professional, but just because it was cheaper and I could afford it and I could mess my hair up if I wanted to. So today I'm going to be doing the wolf shag, whatever that cut is. I just did it on my mannequin not too long ago, and I'm just so into the layers it gives. And as you guys can see, my hair is super straight. Like, let's just say it does not do so much on the curl. So I love the length, but you know, I've got nothing I can do with it. And I've tried volumizing mousses, teasing, the whole nine, and it falls flat. So we're gonna try this out. And I've watched some tutorials. I'm going to give it a go and kind of explain my way through it. So if you guys want to see a potential hack job, hopefully to be gorgeous, first thing is you have to take from up here and bring it down. And so watching a few of these tutorials, if it helps anyone understand why you're doing that, is if you think about it, you're adding layers basically all through here, right? So like if you take this hair right here, all of this will have more layers in it. So by doing that, you're taking all this and you're putting in layers, and then the second part of it, when you pull all the hair up to the top, you're still adding more layers in the back. So you have to really think about not only where do you want the length back here, but where do you want it here? Because I think a lot of people tend to mess that part up. When they cut this, it tends to be too short because they weren't thinking it through. They just saw somebody throw it up in a ponytail, cut it. And you have to do a little bit more examination of your hair first. I mean, thankfully I have super straight hair, so I don't have to straighten it or anything like that. And I'm not gonna wet it only because my hair is so straight that the way it sits is the way it sits. It's not going to increase the cut by wetting it down first. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna section it probably up to here, so I get these top layers in this first part, and then back to the back of my ears. Hopefully you guys can see that right here. So I'm going to do that division first, and I'm going to pull it all forward. So bear with me here. That's a fairly straight line, I think. All right, so now we just move it all the way up to the front. So the other part that people don't realize when they're doing this is what this is actually creating. People call it the wolf cut. Some people call it a diva cut, a unicorn cut, because as you can see, it's like having a unicorn hair. So here's the interesting part. I'm gonna put it up in a quick little ponytail. And we're gonna talk about the idea of where your directions are, okay? So here's the thing. This hair back here, all of it's up in here, right? So if I cut this starting right here, the back layers are going to be longer than the front because this ponytail is all the way here. So this is the shortest layer. This will be the longest layer. So if you want the pieces here to be a little longer, then just adjust your ponytail back some, so that this is not the shortest layer anymore. If you put it back here, that's going to be shorter and this is going to be longer. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I've considered is that I don't want my shortest layers any shorter, at least at the beginning, than right here in the below my chin. So I don't need to do this. I need to actually take my front piece, and see it is down here, so I'm not taking much of that off. And what I'm going to do is actually cut my hair straight up. So I need to know where this piece ends on this ponytail, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of finagling. It's going to look weird in the camera, but just stick with me here, guys. So I don't want to cut my hair any shorter than this right there, because that is as long as my front piece, maybe a little bit longer actually, just to make sure I'm not taking off too much length at the beginning. So I just need to remember that is basically like me doing an L, and I'm only doing that so I can put my hair back up in a ponytail, so I know how much hair to leave out. Okay, so let's get this bad boy back up in a pony. Make sure she's as straight as possible. Okay. All right, so like I said, I'm not going any further than this right here, at least to start. So we're just doing measurements here, guys. Okay. And it's important too that if you cut this way, careful where you cut, because again, you're over directing the hair, making this shorter than you think you're making it. So if you can, cut it up or hold it up, grab the piece so that you can flip it over this way so you don't tire your arm out. Important part. Do not over direct, or this can be far shorter than you're expecting it to be. Okay? So now that I've cut it, I'm going to point cut up to soften it up some more. Okay? And you could do a little or a lot. Start with a little, because you can always take more off, but you can't put it back once you've overdone it. Oh, see, I can even see there's some hairs up here I should still work on. Just a little. That looks better, softer. And again, I'm pulling it straight up so I can see if my line is crazy or not. Okay? So, she's about as good as she's gonna get. I'm gonna finesse it once it's down. But this is top layers, okay? So this is gonna layer all this. And then the next thing you would do, once this is done, I'm not pulling it all the way out yet. What I'm gonna do, just so I can see what I'm doing. 1 second. Just doing that to get that out of the way. So the hair is still then here. So what I'm going to do next is take the back and go as straight up as I can with it. All right, so now this one, again, same thing. It's over directed, so that means these are going to be your longest layers, these are your shortest. If you don't want to take off a lot of length, pull a piece down here that's your longest length and hold it up to find out where you can cut above so that you don't lose your longest layer. Okay, so if I like this one right here, which I'm not sure that's my longest, but we'll start there. See, that's like way down. That's not possible. So we're going to do, since that layer is clearly too short and my hair has been on breakage. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the same rule of thumb we did for here. So I'm not going to take much more than, 5 or 6 inches off the top, just so I don't lose the length. And Stretch it out. Find where you're gonna cut, which right there I think is good. Again, not gonna go too far because I don't want to mess up and take too much. Don't want to have to go to the salon and explain myself. Okay. Move this one out of my way. Like good enough, and then really screw up. So, all right. So again, we're gonna just go with, you know, y'all can't see. Right where that's pinched. All right. Done. Point cut it one more time. Again, if you can do it upside down or like this, that's fine. But I want to make it easy on my arms as possible. As point cutting is, it's not perfection. And I don't expect it to be coming from a person who's cutting their own hair. I don't expect it to be perfection. So I'm looking for things like this that may need just a little bit of trimming. Okay, double checking my work. All right, so this should have given me some layers, and if I think I would need more layers later, I'll just cut it a little higher. But now these layers at the top compared to the bottom, see? So I do have some layers in here, so I'm gonna leave it that way. I don't know if this is gonna pick up because I have such straight hair. Okay, so more steps to this. You could be done. Shake it all out and see. I'm gonna probably shake it out, look at it, and then I might frame it up some more around my face. We're gonna see what it looks like. All right, so for instance, I'm gonna just do it down the middle so we can take a look at it, or close to the middle because my hair doesn't generally like to part down the middle too much. Okay, so my longest layers, so I should say my face layer, still way down here, and I was okay with it coming up here, so that means I can still take a little bit of length off. The sides, let's take a look here. Yeah, so I mean, I have more layers, and it's hard to tell because my hair is so straight, but hopefully now, when I look at it, hold your horses. And I know these people on like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube go as fast as they can. If you're gonna give yourself a haircut, take your time. Take your time. You don't need a 3-minute haircut. You want a nice haircut. If you're gonna do it yourself, try. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just dividing it pretty equally to see where my ends meet. Is one longer than the other? Does it need to come off a little bit? And actually, it's pretty good length. I think they're pretty even. So I'm gonna leave that alone because I don't want to take too much length off. I want to try it out. And then my layers, not bad. Okay, so I could leave it, style it, see if I like it, and see if I want to put these up a little higher. I think I do. So the next step is I can do the crown bit again, but this time I'm not going to go all the way to the ear, because now I don't want to touch these layers. I just want to touch the upper layers, right? So I'm going to go around temple and then shift upwards. And I'm not even going all the way to the back. I could, I guess, but I'm going to go a little bit in front of the back, like that. Because what I'm thinking is, where do I want these layers to be placed? I don't want to cut it all over. I want to be intentional, right? So again, straight. And if I'm feeling comfortable, I don't even need the ponytail holder, you know? It's up to me on if I'm feeling good about it or not. But ultimately, you're gonna have it as a pony. You're gonna have it not straight down, you're over directing. So again, if I'm gonna come up like this, I know it was still a couple inches, so I'm not gonna take a lot. I'm probably just gonna take a couple inches so that it's not a whole lot, and then we'll see where we're at, okay? Just point cutting to soften the edges here. Okay, so now we check. How much did I take? Does it look all right? Okay. All right, so again, this is not the middle. This is kind of where my hair naturally goes, so I could actually be smarter if I wear my hair this way the most to frame my face with this. I'm just using middle because it's obviously gonna be the same on both sides. So let's just take a look and see where these layers ended up. So far, so good. Not bad, not bad. Have a little disconnection here that I can fix. Not bad though. This one, not bad. Everything is connecting pretty decently. And probably the reason I'm getting some disconnection on this side is because of the part not being straight down the middle. But that's okay, we don't need it straight down the middle. So again, if I want a little bit more, I can come up and do just my front piece, you know? So I have just a little bit more in the front. So I'm deciding on that. Give me a minute, okay? Give me a minute. So again, checking my layers. If I wanted them up to here, I'm still safe about an inch. So going slow, I have not overdone and killed my hair to a point where I'm like really upset about it. So we're still in a good place. Do I want more? That's the question. Do I want more? It's hard to tell because I have such straight hair what kind of layering I've got going on here. But I see it. Do I want more? Do I want more? Let's see. What if we do? Let's go. Okay. I'm curious to create some shorter layers in the back. So instead of straight at my forehead, I'm gonna over direct towards the back because then that will make the layers in the back shorter. So I'm gonna use my front layers as kind of my guiding light here because not all of this is the same, right? So I've got some layers longer, some are shorter. All right, let's take a look and see. See how my fronts are already falling because they're shorter than what this is. So that's a good sign. I'm not losing any of the stuff, but I'm gonna chop just a little bit more off this part because I want a little bit more layers all around. Hopefully some of the YouTuber dressers, if they stumble upon this, will tell me I was a good job and I thought it through and I could have still went to the salon, but at least I didn't butcher my hair. That's what I'm hoping for. You know, hoping I'm not going to get chastised by people like Brad Mondo. All right, let's see. Okay. Triangle here. You know it's hard. Girl's got a widow's peak. So this little fella messes with everything I do. All right, so again, now I don't know. People twist it. Should I twist it? Should I twist this hair? And I'm trying to go out as straight as I can, as again, not to redirect it too much. All right, so we're gonna go, again, couple inches, nothing crazy, because we don't want to overdo our hair. Okay. Though if you think about it, once you're done, you cut like half a foot off your freaking hair. So, and okay. Yeah. All right, so short layers right where I wanted them. Boom. Boom, yeah. So now we just have to see if we need to take out weight in any areas, which basically just means if there's a spot that looks heavy, do I need to trim it out a little bit? So let's just take a quick peek here. You can take your hair, comb it, and redirect it. And then I can see where there's some disconnection. So now it's just hair. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. A little bit there. Let's check the other side. And pretty much finagle it as much as you'd like. So I'm going to keep looking at it, picking away at it, and then if I'm really good, I will get back to you guys with it styled. Here's my inspiration. I wolf cutted one of my mannequins. See, she's got bougie bouge, and then my haircut. I think she has more texture in her hair, so it gives more life. And again, she's got fringe that's up closer to her cheekbones, so I'm gonna live with mine. I put a little texture spray in it, teased it a bit, and it's still kind of flat. So I don't know if I want more fringe or not. She was my inspiration. As you can see, inspiration did not travel to the hair that is on my head, but that's the point. Different texture, different life. So, all right, so it's the next day. I have put a bit of curl in my hair. My hair does not hold curl well, so we'll see how she does, and then a little bit of makeup so I can get out to work. But this is it, you guys. Doesn't curl the best, so don't judge the curl. But she gave me some more volume up here. I think it's not bad. I like it. And I wear my hair straight, so if I don't love it, then it's not as obvious when it's straight, but it does lighten the hair a lot, which even though it looks like it's thin, I have a lot of hair. I do want to say this about it before I go. You know, the shag or wolf cut people get these really awesome fringes up here. I purposely left mine pieces that came here because I wear bangs. I'm fine, but I wasn't sure I wanted to commit to a full fringe. So I'm going to live with this. I may try to style it a couple more times. And if I really, really want a little bit more, then I may cut a little bit more off the front. But I think it's just a styling issue and not the haircut issue. So you got to take one with the other, right? If I can cut my hair, I can't style it. If I can style it, I probably won't be able to cut it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.